So here we are back at it with the flight sim. Quote unquote flight sim. Let's run this thing, a little F6 action just to see it again. Here we go. We've got the really small platform, and we can move forward, backward, left, and right. It's got a little jitter in it, you see. I don't know what that's for. I don't know what that's all about, but we'll figure all this stuff out later. Can we fall off the edge? We certainly can. All right. So there we go. I don't really care about the jitter so much right now as much as I care about the fact that we need to go up and down. We need to float. We need to get the mouse to turn, the camera to turn where we point the mouse. So let's figure that out, I guess. Let's see. Well, what do you want to do first? I think getting the mouse to a point where we want it to should be the first thing, because this is annoying. We can only look in this direction. We don't know how close to the edge we are. And there we go. So how do we do that? Well, first, let's go to ChatGPT, I guess. Not ChatGPT. Whatever the other one is. Actually, will this guy show us? Well, let's see if this guy shows us. Let's go.
Okay.
Also, I turned the volume
Now
on. Oh, calm down, Domestica. That's
hooked up.
actually kind of a
So our
question.
camera
Anyway.
has a neck pivot. That's because we want to keep the way we're rotating left and right separate from the way we're rotating up and down, because we're going to use the way we're rotating left and right to figure out what way forwards is when we're telling our player character to move.
Huh?
So if I go up to the top, we need to define the two nodes we want to get access to, that being the neck and the camera.
Okay.
Godot 4 uses annotations to do this. There is an @onReady annotation. That replaces onReady from Godot 3. And after that, we can define a node and then the path to it. So we can define our neck as bar neck, and that just defines it as a variable. And colon equals will assign a path and guess the type of the object we're assigning to it. So this is going to create a neck that's got the right type for what our neck is, which is a node 3D. We can then get a path to a node in our scene tree with the $sign. And then if I type neck, it should auto-complete. So that path is relative to our character body node. Our neck is a child of it, and it's an immediate child. So its relative path is just the name of it.
Okay.
We then want to do the same thing for the camera. This time, though, its path is neck/camera 3D because it's a child of the neck. If you're ever confused about what a path is, you can just drag it straight from the scene tree into the spot you want. And it will put the correct path.
That's a good little move, huh?
Now we have those two variables, we want to handle capturing input events from the mouse.
Yes, we
We
do.
do this with a virtual function called unhandled input.
Okay.
So what unhandled input does is it listens for every input event that happens, and it calls it for every function that has an unhandled input event virtual function, and we can narrow down what the event is to figure out what just happened.
Okay.
We want to capture the mouse, so we can actually listen to what way it's moving left and right.
True.
We can capture the mouse with this little bit of code here.
Uh-huh.
We want to start by checking if the event is an input event mouse button.
True.
So what that means is if we have clicked any button in the game window, we want to start capturing the mouse, and that means the mouse cursor won't be visible and freely moving around the screen. Then afterwards, we also can check if they've pressed UI cancel. This is the escape key. This lets us free the mouse, which makes it a lot easier for testing, so we can actually click the close button on the window and the like.
True.
So if they press the close button, we just make the mouse mode visible again.
True.
Now we're capturing the mouse, we can listen to mouse motion events and rotate the neck and camera in a matching manner.
What? Well, whatever, we'll see.
So I can then go and add this little bit. And we can check if the mouse mode is captured. So if the mouse is actually being listened to, we can rotate the neck relative to the relative mouse motion. So whenever an event is an input event mouse motion, we will get a relative property. If you hold Control and click on input event mouse motion, it will go into the documentation for that specific object. And you see we get a property called relative. This relative property gives us an x and a y value for how far our mouse has moved, either left and right or up and down, in this specific input event. So if we go back, we subtract how far we've moved left from rotate y, and that means that our neck will rotate left when our mouse moves left, and will rotate right when our mouse moves right.
Okay.
We want to multiply that result by a very small number, because this will rotate in radians, so about 3 is almost a full rotation, and our mouse moves in multiple pixels at a time.
Well,
so
I mean, pi is 180 degrees, but I understand the confusion because I was confused like 4 videos ago.
We'll be doing multiple rotations at a time. You can just fiddle with what a sensible sensitivity would be.
True.
Export it as a variable, whatever you wish. I just multiplied it by 0.01 and it felt about right. After we've rotated the neck left and right, we can rotate the actual camera up and down. And we will do exactly the same thing, but we will rotate the X property and we will use the relative's Y property, because that's the amount we've moved up or down relative to the last frame.
Okay.
The last thing we want to do is limit how much we can...
Yeah, look. What? It's rotate Y, but we're... the relative X. Okay. You know, we'll see what all this
rotate
is.
up and down, because if you rotate all the way up, you'll start spinning around backwards, and most necks stop at about straight up.
Well,
So
we're gonna go.
function.
We're gonna go all the way because I mean it's a flight simulator. You know, we need to go. We're not just rotating the neck. We need to rotate the entire body of the thing. But yeah, let's keep going.
Clamp is a built-in function that limits a value to be at least a minimum and at most a maximum.
True.
So this will limit it, so you can't be less than negative 30 degrees and you can't be more than positive 60 degrees. And we just pass our camera rotation.x through that clamp and update it.
Okay.
So now, if I just run that, I can move right, I can move left, I can look right, I can look left, and I can look up and down. And I can jump, and you've got pretty much a whole character controller.
Yeah, except for you can't move forward.
But you'll notice a key problem, and that's no matter what way you look, forward is always
up.
In the starting direction, left's always in the starting direction, and right's
True.
always in the starting direction, and back's always in the starting direction. So what we need to do is we need to make it so that when we push W, we go forward in the direction the camera's pointing.
True.
Now that's done with a basis. At the moment, our game script is calculating the forward direction using transform.basis. Basis is part of an orientation, and it pretty much tells us what way we think is forwards. And at the moment, it's using the root of our character, what way that thinks it's forwards. What we can use instead is we can use what way the neck that we've rotated around thinks is forwards, and then move in that direction instead. So what we do here is we pass in neck dot before that. So instead of using the transform of our root character, we will use the transform of our neck instead, which has rotated into the appropriate direction. And we need to get rid of this colon because it can no longer infer the type.
Okay.
And with that done, I hit F6 again. If I look right and I walk forwards, I'll go forwards. And everything is relative to our neck. And that's it. We've got a character controller that can walk around. It's all done. So with all that said and done...
Okay. All right. Thanks, Bramwell. So... all right. Let's see if that code is in here. Or do we need to, like, copy it? We're going to have to probably write it out. So, let's do that. Here's the code. We'll do an on ready, and we'll call it whatever we called it. Man, I wish we could just copy it. Anyway, I'm going to put this on the other screen and just copy it right into this. With my, just type it right into this. All right, so... What? We don't even have any gravity. Where is this? No. Oh. Okay, cool. So here's the gravity, the get gravity. It turns out that's not how they do it these days. This isn't even in the physics. This is inside the physics process. I don't want to copy this guy's code exactly. I want to figure out our own code. Man! Oh, man! Programming sucks, bro. Is there nothing that's good that I can earn money? Is there nothing? Yes, there is nothing. It's all crap. All right. All right. So this, I'm not showing you. I gotta show you. So this, come on. Let's put it over in the corner. So this isn't gonna work either. You see, we've got this, all right, but then we've got this under here before we hit the physics process. And we don't have this. We do have the if is on floor gravity plus delta or times delta. But this get gravity, this thing, this gravity is defined here, and ours is just a function, a built-in function. And I don't even think it has anything to do with what we're doing. So how about this? Let's make this on ready for the pivot. All right, we've got the pivot here. Come on. Camera pivot. But the thing is, where do we put this? Is it going to go in? Oh, we only have one script. What am I talking about? Okay, so let's do an on ready for the camera pivot. And then do an on ready for the camera 3D. All right. And let's just call this from camera. Like this, like Bushwell did. Bramwell did. camera. Okay. I don't think we touched on camera, did we? In the code, no, we didn't. All right, cool. That's not how we do it. All right. So let's do this. On ready var. Let's do that right here. At on ready, and then let's say var. The camera. No. Var pivot. Let's just call it pivot, not camera pivot. Pivot. All right, var pivot equals $ pivot. Boom. All right. And then let's take this, alt it down one. Can we do that? Alt down? No. Control down? Nope. Control alt down? Yes. Control alt down. And then we'll say pit camera. And then we'll put, I think what he did was this. Okay. So we don't need to have the $ over there. We just bring it right on over. And there we go. Okay, so we got that part. Let's see what else we needed. All right, so we're throwing this unhandled input event in there. I mean, event listener in there. All right, so let's type this out. So we're probably going to need to do this half and half. It's hard to read. All right, let's get rid of this. All right. So let's do this right above the physics process. Let's type in func underscore unhandled input. All right. And then we're going to say if event is input event mouse button. All right. If that's the case, we're going to do input. Can I push enter? Dot set mouse. We don't have that. Set mouse mode. We don't have that. I don't think there's a set mouse mode. Look. Kind of makes you want to just break things, doesn't it? Kind of makes you want to just break things. All right. What did they change set mouse mode to in Godot? Oh my God. You know what, man? I'm starting to get tired of this. I'm really starting to get tired of this. Two years ago is when this was made, and it's already out of date. All right, I have videos up that are 2 years old. They're already out of date. None of this stuff stays the same. There's no way. There's no way. Oh man, bro. Welcome to coding, right? Welcome to coding. Welcome to coding without a college degree. Who told me I could do this? Who told me I didn't need a college degree or any kind of education to do this? Who told me that? Who said, you'll be all right? Set mouse mode doesn't exist anymore. Now what do we do? Let's, oh, you know what? We'll do this. Set mouse mode. Set. Let's just type it out. And then let's put it on in the internet. Put it in chat GPT. No, not. The other one. Gemini, and see what it says. Input. Dot. Mouse. How? What? Input not declared in the current scope. True. Well, how could it be? Oh, it's capital I for input. Look, it's... What? What? Whatever. All right. I don't understand what's going on. We'll just keep typing. Elif event dot is action pressed, and then we'll put UI cancel. All right. That's probably one of the inputs from the input map. One of the built-in inputs. All right, or whatever. Input.set mouse mode, right? Elif, that's the case. We'll grab this. Drop this. Oops, let's grab it again. Also, let's do a Control C instead of a Control X. How about that? Control V, and then let's put visible. Okay. I forgot what this does, but we're just gonna copy it down, then we'll see what it does in a little bit. All right, let's get this bigger so it's easier to scrub. All right, so here's the next part. Or here's the next part. All right. Let's toss this in there. Let's do it half and half. So it's another if statement. If input dot get mouse mode, input dot get mouse mode. What? It's, why doesn't it? Whatever. Mouse mode equals input dot mouse mode captured. Grab this. If that's the case, we're going to say pivot dot rotate X, pivot dot rotate Y, rotate Y And then we'll say minus event dot relative dot x times 0.01. All right. And then let's take this, copy it, paste it, change pivot to camera, change rotate Y to rotate X, change this relative X to relative Y, and I think that, okay, it doesn't like that. Oh, there's another if statement inside of there. All right, let's tab this one over, bring this one down. And let's say if event is input event mouse motion, we'll do that. All right, still doesn't like it. What's the problem, bro? Assignment is not allowed inside an expression. Okay. It sounds like it makes sense. Are they not exactly the same? Is this not exactly the same? You know what? I'm going to do what I always tell people these days. I'm going to go over to Gemini and we're going to check this out. What's wrong with this GD script? Ah, it knows exactly where the problem is. What's the difference? Oh, double equals. What an idiot. What a knucklehead. What a knucklehead for getting the double equals assignment, using the assignment operator instead of the comparison operator. What a dummy. Oh my goodness, whatever. All right, Control S, baby. Let's bring this down. Let's go over to, let's bop it on over to main. Let's run it with a little F6 action, my bad. Boom. Ah, yeah, we got something. It's ridiculous, but it's something, right? Yeah. I'm gonna fall off the edge of the universe. All right. So that's terrible, but it's going somewhere. All right, let's do a Control A, Control C on this and say, what's up with this? Where are we? Here we go. Why is this? Tell me what this code is going to do. Tell me what the following GD script is going to do. Uh-huh. 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 Why's the mouse control go so wildly fast? All right. Sensitivity multiplier. Yeah. Unhandled input. Yeah. If input mouse mode, sensitivity. Let's see explanation of the change. Okay. Let's toss this in. Why not? I mean, you know, why not? All right. So where are we? If input mouse mode. If input mouse, what? So it needs to be mouse mode. Let's see. Control S. No, it doesn't like that at all. Set mouse mode, baby. What happened? Okay, let's go back before we change this. No, we're not. Okay. What's the problem though? Because it looks like it's the exact same thing, except for this isn't even. Oh, I forgot. ChatGPT, I mean AI, doesn't know what to do when it comes to coding. I forgot about that. Okay, my bad. How stupid of me to forget something so obvious. All right. Why does it overlap so strongly? Like, what kind of stupid bug is? What kind of stupid bug is that? Whatever. All right. Let's try it again. Let's run it again. You click it, and instantly it goes haywire. And it rotates in the completely wrong direction. I think that's because let's see if we can switch these around. Rotate X. Let's do rotate Y here. I think it's because we switched this stuff around earlier. Nope. Nope. Still no good. There's the kid. Yeah. Still no good. No, that wasn't the fix. Rotate Y. Rotate X. Let's put Y in here. Although it's the same thing, isn't it? Let's put rotate Z. That doesn't make sense, but whatever. Let's just see. Nope. That's not it either. Oh ho ho. Programming sucks. Like, look, it's the 6th. I'm going to be at 3 years of making these videos. In about 8 days, in about 7 days, in about a week from today, it's going to be 3 years. And this is it. This is where I'm at. Kind of frustrating, my boy. Kind of making me a little bit mad. Kind of making me think, You know what I'm saying? But you gotta show your tenacity, right? You gotta show your tenacity. Where people come up to you and say mean things. Let's do 001. Actually, let's go backwards in time to right before we did anything crazy. No. Let's go forward. Control. All right, that should be good. Let's do 001. And I bet... Let's put a... There we go. It's got to have something to do with user error. With my... I had to have done something. Is that slower? Oh, 001? Has nothing to do with it. All right. All right. All right. It probably has something to do with the fact that the thing is laid over on its side. You're right. And that these are all not what they started as. That's got to be what it is. Because I mean, it's not like I followed this tutorial perfectly, you know, by any stretch. That's why I'm not blaming Bram over here. Oh man, so we got to figure something else out. This is what it feels like when you've had your hand held by so many people in these tutorials, and now you get up to the freaking firing line, you get up to the wolves, the battle with the wolves, and you're just like, oh man, these guys actually suck at their jobs. How come? Why is free code? Why do they even get money if I'm this bad? Look, 3 years. I've been doing this 3 years, bro. But you know what? Whatever. Why should I be relying on these people in the first place? You know, I got grifted. I got scammed. I got to get out of it myself, right? That's the only way we can do business. Let's I don't even know what to do right now. Anyway, so I'm so pissed off. I'm gonna come back in an amount of time, and we're gonna come back and do this some more, and we're gonna figure this out. I just want to quit so bad, but the thing is, if I quit, then what? Now what? You know, what can I do? Resort to things that are illegal to make my daily bread? You know, that's not gonna work. Anyway, whatever. We're gonna come back to it. All right, so there's that, and we'll see you next time.